I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Kal halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rukwakadash. Double all honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, where I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to brothers and down teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel. Good news to four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Greetings also to the few sisters that tune into these video epistles. We started with a quote there from this, what's this you call a physicist, Einstein. It's a quote that I often think on it. I hear other brothers speak on it sometimes. But this man, he's making out, he doesn't know what the Fourth World War will be fought. And well, first of all, there's not going to be any more war after this war that's about to happen. Now a power whose name is Yahweh, his only begotten son is Yahweh Shai, is turning up the heat, and this man's blessing. This is what we're calling this lesson. This blessing is also his curse. Let's read it out. This title here for this lesson. The Edomite, white man, so you understand, his blessing, the sword, is also his curse. This is his blessing. We're going to read that in a moment. But this Einstein quote, this man helped to invent this atom bomb. And so the Spirit was put on these people to build a weapon of mass destruction that can actually destroy himself. Let's get straight back into it here. Isaiah 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. What is a smith? Let's keep reading. And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. That's what these people's job is. They're like engineers. They make weapons. You see? That's what they are. That's what they do. They're weapons workers. They work with iron to create weapons. See? And we're going to get into it here. Let's get a couple of places where this word is used. Smith. Let's see. Isaiah 44 and 12. The smith with the tongues, the instruments he uses to move and to bend and to manipulate the metal in the fire. The smith with the tongues both worketh in the coals and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. Yea, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and he's faint. See, it's hard work. You're working in heat. It's really hot. Let's get another one here. Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24, let's go from 4 to 6. I'm rushing against a storm is brewing up just in front of me here. Isaiah 24. Let's go from 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. Their world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. This is what's getting ready to happen under this man's rulership. What man? It's the Edomite. He said, I don't want to be called Edomite. If you say this word, he gets upset. It's hate speech if you say who he is. If you say who you are as a Hebrew Israelite, that's hate speech. Somebody's going to tell you they're angry. How can you say who you are? Because they've taken our identity and said they are us. So if you say who you are, you get laughed and mocked and laughed at. You can't say who you are. If you think about the discussion, it's actually quite ridiculous. How can you be you when I am you? Zechariah 5. Zechariah 5, 2 to 4. And he said unto me, what seest thou? I answered, I see a flying roll, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. This is Zechariah in a vision here. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. What we're speaking about, it's a massive fathership that's going to come and finish off this people. So the fire, this that scripture says, well, Yahushua said the earth is already going to be kindled before he gets here. And what will I if it be already on fire? And this is what is going to enter into the house of the thief with a massive fathership. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. It's going to be an almighty display of fire and power like never been known before. Let's get Genesis 4. Genesis 4 and 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth. This is the Most High speaking to Cain, who is the progenitor of these people, saying, I want you to call me the white man. This is the first, this is their incarnation before that, if you can receive it. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hands. This is just immediately after he murdered his brother in cold blood. And so he's cursed. That's the point we're making here. Genesis 25, 27. Let's get 38 to 41. Genesis 27, 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou got one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So there's been this back and forth going on, but the final confrontation, the final battle is about to take place, because all the promises and immortality was made to the brother. He has the blessing and the birthright. It doesn't matter what Esau, Edom does. You can call yourself whatever you want, the Greek, the Spanish, French, English, American. It doesn't matter. You're the Edomite, and you're about to be visited. It shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. You see? So he done it before as Cain came back in the reincarnation after the flood and had the same. It's the same spirit. Excuse me, here, it was just very hot. And so this wicked and his blessing has been run up and down in the earth. I think we're going to stay in Genesis. Get Genesis 12. Genesis 12 and 3. What does that say? And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So even with all of his blasphemy and his so-called cursing that he's trying to put on us, it's going to return on him, because our power, whose name is Yahweh, Bahashem means in the name of Yahweh Shai, we're blessed with righteousness. We're of that righteous seed. And Esau, Edom, he's cursed. He's of that wicked seed. That's what our power is able to do. We're going to go back to Genesis 3 and get 14 and 15 here. Just Genesis 3, 14 and 15. And the Lord said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. This refers to confusion. Con meaning with, fused together. Madness that this man is pushing. Thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life, and I will put enmity. This is hatred. Between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. See? Return to the dust. That's what you're doing. You're going straight back there. Where you're going to get... Let's get Isaiah, I think. Isaiah 47. Let's get Isaiah 47 and 1. Yes, speaks more on this. Dust, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. These are the so-called brains of these people. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. See? So this man is in a permanent state of confusion. That's why it's called Babylon the Great, America. Look at the foolishness that this man is pushing out as his doctrine. It's all, as we used to say, it's going tits up. No one's believing in it anymore. It's just a few of the so-called sheeple who is still hanging on for dear life to the madness that this man is pushing out with all his threats and violence. Let's jump forward here. It's still in Isaiah 47. Let's go from 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am. He says he's God in some of these scriptures, 2 Thessalonians 2, the first dozen verses or so. He said, I'm God. I want you. You have to worship me. He's changed up all the images. Said, oh, your God has leprosy like me. He's got stringy hair, thin lips, he's got no rhythm, no brain. No. He's a fool. He doesn't acknowledge that there's a power above him. He's changed the name. Said, oh, you've got to call him this name. I'm your God. He looks like me. And there's then this new doctrine, all this foolishness that is being pushing, saying, no, this is what it means. Your book means this. And he set up all these churches and all these other establishments and got people following all these mental institutions, crazy madness that he's pushing. I can't even get the words out. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou shalt prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, stargazers, monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. He's about to be visited. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them, and shall not deliver themselves. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. No, because you're going to be roasting in it. That's what's getting ready to happen. This man's blessing is all his weapons. He's untouchable with all these weapons, or so he thinks. Obadiah, let's get a few of these, 6 to 10 to begin with. How are the things of Esau, the so-called white man, the Edomite, searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. We see those in Psalms 83. He heads up a long list to hide the true biblical nationality of the children of Israel, and to hide who we are forever. But it's not work. The hopeful elect have been woken up to our true identity and our true power. And we're calling on our power right now. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O T-man, the Germans, the so-called brains of these people, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. It's that other scripture in Isaiah 14, I think it's 21, 22, that prepares slaughter for his children. Verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. They're going to be removed from the face of the earth. You just got your punishment, hardcore slavery. That's what's getting ready to happen. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. You're going to get it. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire. Speaking of the southern kingdom, and the house of Joseph, the northern kingdom, a flame, and the house of Esau, the Edomites, the so-called white man, even with all of his weapons and all his of mass destruction, all his GMO products, all his plastic, all telling people you got to eat bugs and there's not enough food and it's contaminated air, land and sea. Everything is filthy under this man's rulership. Just madness is what he's been putting forward. He's getting ready to be visited. They shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, Edom, the white man. You're gonna get it. For the Lord hath spoken it. Get ready. Let's wrap up here. Where are we? 1 Samuel 2. First Samuel 2. Let's go from 6. 1 Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. He's doing it now. We are waking, or have been awoken. Our pure minds have been stirred up to wake from the dust of the madness that this man is pushing forward. As the scripture said, come out of her, my people. Who are the Most High's people? It's the Hebrew Israelites. And on this side of the wrath and fury and devastation that is to come, it's the hopefully elect 1/3. 2 out of every 3 Hebrew Israelites is about to be destroyed. 66.6%. That terrible number. Where am I? The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. He will keep the feet of the saints who are Hebrew Israelites. That's his saints. And the wicked, the Edomite, so-called white man, shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail. And the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder. Who is this? This is Yahweh Shai, the angelic army, and Michael the archangel. They're getting ready to come back. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. Oh yes. Praises to our power. World War III will be fought with nuclear weapons. It's going to be a nuclear nightmare. Intercontinental ballistic missiles leaving from one continent up into the sky and coming down into the other. As Yahweh Shai, as Isaac, if you can receive it, gave this man, Esau Edom, the sword, that's his weapon. The same spirit coming back, Yahweh Shai, he's going to take it away. He's going to remove this man and remove his weapons. They're all going to be melted down. There ain't gonna be any more war anymore in the earth. He's on his way. Been listening to the Edomite white man's blessing. The sword is also his curse. Shalom. Till the next lesson. No fear no God.